Sometimes I wonder why anybody on earth should not be proud of who he is or who she is. Sometimes I wonder why we don't take pride of who we are and where we're coming from. Sometimes I wonder why that's not the case for most Africans. And this not just to say that Africans are people that are not proud of who they are and things like that, but this is to say um, I just wonder why that is the case most of the time. Let me just sit here a little bit. I wonder that sometimes because it is kind of different from other nationalities and other people I know. It is kind of very different when you see how they talk about themselves, when you see how they talk about who they are, when you see how they talk about their countries and the pride they take in. And I wonder why it's not the same case for Africa. All right, not every African, but because I am proud, right? So I cannot really say every African they're like that. But what I can say is majority of Africans I meet, it's either, for example, I studied abroad for quite some times. Majority of Africans you meet, sometimes they don't even want to introduce themselves as Africans. I had a lot of my African brothers and sisters, and they were proud to introduce themselves as Black Americans, right? That was one case. But even that country that I was in, those people, when they see like African, somebody like me, they will be like, "Hey, are you from America?" Why? Because in their mind, they don't believe that African can get there, can be there, right? So it's quite interesting. And I was asking myself all the time, like, that's why I came up with the slogan called #ProudAfrican, because it was really bothering me. Like, how come you cannot be excited and you cannot be proud of who you are or where you're coming from? All right, that's a good question to ask ourselves. And to be honest, until right now, I'm still asking myself the same question. Is it because the continent failed us? That's why we're not proud of where we're coming from? Is it because of the bad image of Africa that has been pictured outside there in the social media, internet? And when you talk about Africa, just think about those kids who don't have shoes, they don't have clothes, they have these flies running around their faces and they cannot do anything, right? Is it because of slavery, right? When you talk about Africans, you just think about slave trade and how Africans were used to build most of cities you see in the world, right? You can talk about United States, you can talk about United Kingdom. Our forefathers, they did that. Or is it because of just how things are being run right now in the continent, that there's no accountability, there's no real work you see at hand being done. You don't really see commitment of the leaders we have. You don't really see the determination in what we want to achieve. You don't really see the progress of the continent. 60 plus years, you don't see it. Sometimes I wonder about that. Maybe I should ask you guys who are watching this video, with everything that we have, you can take a look at this place, all right? This is Africa, by the way. This is Africa, and you can take a look at this place. Okay, let me ask you guys the same question. Why in the world anybody would not be proud of something like this? Why? Why would anybody not be proud of something like this? Like, this is Africa. What you see here, this is Tanzania, this is Africa. And I think we should be very proud. But why we're not proud of what we have? Why we're not proud of ourselves? I think the reason is because most of Africans, they don't see themselves included in something like this. Yes, we have beautiful continent, we have beautiful natural resources, we have beautiful, like, all these things, God made, but a lot of Africans, they don't see themselves included. They don't feel like this is my own. Why? Because when you come to beautiful places like this, most of the time, local people are not invited. Local people are not allowed unless you need to pay entrance. And I understand, because this is the huge investment. Somebody has done it, right? Somebody put a lot of money to initiate, to start something like this. So eventually this place has already been taken, right? And so if you want to come here, of course, you need to pay for it in order to visit, in order to see. So I think the reason why most of Africans are not proud, it is because they don't feel included. They don't feel like this is my own, right? Somebody will feel proud of something like this if he or she really believes deep within his or her heart that this is my own, this is part of me, I own this is my place, this is my country, this is my heritage, then somebody will be very proud. But most of people, they kind of feel like, oh, this is just for rich people, right? Because that's kind of mindset we have in Africa. Even going to the airport, we have the mindset that rich people, they go there. Why? Flights are very expensive. Yesterday, I shared a news that traveling within the continent of Africa, it is more expensive than going to Europe. Like if you take a flight today from Ethiopia to Nigeria, Lagos, it's more expensive than taking a flight from Ethiopia to Europe. Can you imagine how ridiculous that is? And this is what we as Africans are doing to ourselves. So do you really want African to be proud? No. They want to get out of the continent, because they see like, okay, this is our land, this is our continent, but we're not benefit from it. Like somebody else is benefiting from what we have in the continent. So if you want to change that mindset, if you want to transform that mindset, I think we need to reach to a point where we have to make sure that Africans are feeling proud of what they have. We have to make sure that Africans not just feeling proud, but they know that this is our own. And there's a huge work to do there. There's a huge transformation of the mindset. And that's why I wrote a book called A Free Mind Builds a Free Future. You know, this book is not political. This book is basically talking about the idea of how can we transform our mind, right? How can we rewiring our mind or change our software? And I understand that only when we have free mind, only when we are free to think, only when we are free to transform, only when we are free to make some moves, then our continent will change, our surroundings, it will change, our companies will change, our families will change. But it starts from freedom of the mind. And that is actually a personal thing, personal issue, but also a continent issue. Because here in the continent, we're not really free to think. We're not really free to say what we think is right. We're not really free to do what we think is right. We're not really free to do something that is against or opposite to the regimes in the continent. We're not free to do anything like that. But as a result, we don't have creative people. As a result, we don't produce, we don't innovate, we are static, we are still in the same level that we used to be 70 years ago. The progress is very little, it's very small. All right, not really same, but the progress is very small. Why? Because you are not free to think, we're not free to innovate, we're not free to change, we're not free to transform things. And that must change. For Africans to be proud of their continent, they must be free. We talk about our countries, you know, we have democracy. No, we don't have democracy in Africa because people are not safe in Africa. What kind of democracy is that? A free mind builds a free future. We must be free. And so the liberation of today, it is no longer about the guns. It's no longer about that, but it's about the liberation and transformation of the mind. And that is what I am fighting for. And that's what I've been working for the past 10 years, the liberation and transformation of the minds of Africans. Because this is where the true wealth is. This is where the resources are. All these resources, you know what I'm saying? They don't really help Africans today because of the mindset. We are conditioned to be scared. We are conditioned to behave in a certain way. We are conditioned to think that we are poor and we need somebody else to come and to save us. Yes, we might not think about the white men no more, but we think about the leaders. We think that, okay, leaders are going to save us. Maybe this person is going to save. Nobody is going to save you because everybody is working for themselves. You'll be naive if you think that even me, if I become a leader today, I'm coming to save you. Don't think about that. Yes, I know my intention. I will try to do my best to bring about change in the continent, but don't settle there. Know that you are on your own, and you must use your mind, and you must use your imagination, and you must use every power you got to bring about change to this beautiful continent of Africa. If you don't do that, if you don't have free mind, the continent shall remain the same. And that is impossible. I do not agree. That is impossible. This continent shall never remain the same. We have a job to do. To such a beautiful continent like this, we have a job to do. God is going to demand a lot of things from us. He's going to ask us a lot of things because He has given us everything. You cannot have this type of water, clean, fresh water, and still your country, your people are struggling with clean water. They're struggling with water. I was looking to this one documentary in Israel. They don't have fresh water. They don't have rain. It's a desert. But you know what happens? Those guys, they took water from the Red Sea and they actually did chemistry there. People are using that water. Israel today, they have a crazy technology when it comes to agriculture. And most of Africans, they go to Israel to learn about agriculture. You're African. The backbone of our economy and our continent is agriculture. And we go to Israel, where it's desert, there's no rain, there's no clean water, to learn from them. Why? Imagination, transformation of their mind. If Africans, we cannot be transforming our minds, I'm telling you, this continent will remain the same as you see. Today you go to Dubai, look at that country. And look at us. We don't even need to do anything artificial. Everything is natural here. But we don't take advantage of that. Why? Because of the free mind. Everything begins with free mind. Everything ends with free minds. If we are not free, if you are not free to think, if you're not free to innovate, if you're not free to move, if you're not free to speak, if you're not free to act, for me, to be honest, I would rather let people be free and deal with the consequences than colonize them mentally. I would rather let people be free, because through that freedom, it is the process, it's the progress. Something will be born out of it. But if people are colonized mentally, then you cannot really rely on them. Nothing will be innovated. Nothing will be transformed. Nothing will change in that society. That society will be of just a couple of people. It's just like a robot that you press in. And I think that's why we're in the world of AI today, because people, they want to control people, you know. I even know the story of COVID-19 and the story of that, you know, it was all about, you know, testing if really people can be really controlled just like robots. Now you need to stay inside. Now you go outside. But this has to change. We are not robots. We are human beings. We are Africans. And we are the source of humankind. God trusted us with that. We have a huge responsibility. If this is the source of mankind, it means we have a huge responsibility. You have that responsibility. I have that responsibility. If you're a leader watching this, you have that responsibility to make sure that your people, if the beginning of mankind started here in Africa, it means the beginning of everything is here. It means Africa is Genesis. And why we look like last. It reminds me of the scripture in the Bible that says, the first shall be the last and the last shall be the first. But I say no to Africa today. Yes, we are Genesis, but it kind of seems like we are the last right now. But I say no to that. That must change. We must return to our original position and hold that position of Genesis, that this is the beginning of everything. This is the beginning of joy. This is the beginning of peace. This is the beginning of unity. This is the beginning of development. This is the beginning of civilization. This is the beginning of life. Life began here in Africa. And therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, the time has come. The time is now to transform our minds. The time is now to change our mind. The time is now to think positively, to think different, to move, and to do something for this beautiful continent of Africa. I'm doing my part. What about you? I'm doing my part. What about you, young people? I'm doing my part. What about you, African leaders? The time is now. One Africa in our generation. One Africa right now. One Africa, one passport, one army, one people, and one future.